Welcome, my dear students. Today we are learning this important topic. This is the introduction to searching. Introduction to searching, and here it is a sorting and searching. So, sorting and searching are very important techniques where you are implementing in your softwares. So, in our daily life, it is also very important of searching and sortings, right? Got it? Suppose uh, if you go to market, if your parent has given you a list, you will search the items, right? So while searching, you are following some techniques, right? Got it? While searching, you have to follow some techniques. Searching for an item. Sorting means it is in a order list, ascending order or descending order, right? So this is very much essential in our life. Suppose if you have visited your library in your PU college, if you ask any book, they will immediately grab and give you. How it is possible? Because it is orderly searched. It is already linearly searched, right? Linearly sorted. Sorted means it has make an arrangement of books. Got it? Suppose if you went for the shopping, it consists of a men's section, women's section, kids section, right? So why they have mentioned like that? You will find your materials very easy. Got it? You will find your material is very easy. So you don't take any risk for searching your materials. Got it? So this is the very much essentials of searching and sorting in our day-to-day life. Okay, so in searching we are doing a great work by searching our required elements. Here the elements stands for the values. That value may be anything in your general life. The value may be anything in your general life. As I said, a book or a clothes or any other substances. Okay, yes. For example, if you attend the big bazaars, all the how they have categorized your items, the things are categorized and placed according to the rack. You are visiting according to that rack and you will pick your appropriate items, right? So in the same sense, what we have to do is, if you are storing a huge amount of data in your computers, then that computer has to pick appropriate values. Okay, got it? For example, PUC has taken in PU, it has taken almost 1.5 lakh student. I do not know, I'm just saying rough value. So when you enter your register number, it is giving your result only. When you enter your register number, it is giving your result only. Got it? How it has been getting your result? Because all the values related to your marks has been sorted and you are searching your result. Got it? Sorting means it has make an arrangement in a ascending order as well as descending orders, right? So in everyday, searching and sorting plays a prominent role. Here let us see the definition of searching. Any algorithm which performs a search operation accept argument we call as element and tries to find occurrence of element in substructure. If you are searching any operation, you have to give one element. According to that element, it will search. Suppose if you want to search any book, according to the name of the book or according to the title of the book or according to the number of the book, librarian can search. Got it? Yes. So here the ELE stands for element. Okay, ELE stands for an element. The common used structure to illustrate various method is the array. Then if you are implementing any searching and sorting techniques, definitely you are implementing an arrays program. If you are without using an arrays program, it is not possible to search your elements. Got it? Yes, whatever the element you are searching within the list, within the same variable. As we know, what is the definition of an array? What is an array? An array is a collection of element of similar type. An array is a collection of element of similar type which can be referred by a common variable name. Which can be referred by a common variable name. Then you are searching in that common variable name itself only. Okay, in such case algorithm should return a special message to indicate an unsuccessful search. If the element is not found within an array, then it has to supposed to give the element is not found. If the element is found, then it has to give a successful message, element is found in so and so location. Got it? So to search your elements, we are having various types of operations and methods. Some of them are linear search and some of them are binary search. So the best technique for searching is binary search. Either linear search means to check line by line. Okay, check item by item. Okay, so if you check item by item, it will take a long time. Got it? So the simplest form of searching is the linear search. This search is applicable when data are organized in an array is not in any order. So hence it will consume a lot of time. For example, we may use this method when we are searching for a student in a college and we have no idea about the class in which he is studying. Okay, for example, if you applied this linear search, then in a college, if anybody wants a student in a college, then we have no idea about the class in which he is studying, then we will call each class by his name. Okay, each class by his name, by comparing, by asking every student whether he is you or he is we. Okay, got it? For example, let us assume I need Pradeep. I do not know in which class he is studying, in which college. I know he is studying in this college, but I do not know in which class he is studying. First, I will go one class and I will ask every student whether you are Pradeep, 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 Pradeep. This is like just like as in a linear search. Okay. Yes. So likewise, you are searching your element in an order, in an line, in a sequence. Okay. So whenever you are searching in an element in an array, arrays as we know it starts at 0 and ends at n minus 1. So when I am searching as a student in my college, I should know in which room. So I'm naming the room 0 to room n minus 1. Okay, in the room 0, in room n minus 1, through the room 0 to n minus 1, I can searching appropriate student. So to know more about this, we have to follow some of the algorithm. If we follow this algorithm, then only we can to know linear search. But don't worry about this chapter. They will ask only the question problems. They don't ask any theory in this chapter. Okay, so these algorithms as well as some of our programs are very important. The programs are exist in your lab, so you just go through it. Okay. Yes, let us see the algorithm for linear search. So where you are searching, this is the linear search. This linear search algorithm we should know. So in linear search, you are searching A stands for array, L stands for searching element, and N stands for n elements. Array consists of n elements. What is A? A stands for an array, element stands for element you want to search, N stands for the size of an array. Okay, here it is given A is an array of n elements and element is the element being searched in the array. Now let us see the algorithm for linear search. Okay, first step 1, I am making location as -1. First I am making my location as -1. To understand this better concept, I am taking one document. Okay, control N. Okay, let me take one table with 5 rows and 5 columns. Okay, this is 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. I'm giving this, what is the name of here? I'm taking it as a of 0 location. Okay, I'm copying, pasting, 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 pasting. Yes, so a of 0, a of 1, a of 2, a of 3, a of 4 and a of 5. Okay, now as we know, I have the size of an array is 5, sorry 6, right? If you don't want me, so I will, let me delete this, let me delete. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. What is the size of an array? 5. How many elements I am storing? 5 elements. Now I want to search the element 3. Please observe here, element 3. In which location element 3 is present? As we know, element 3 is present in A of 2. For searching that, we are implementing this algorithm. For that, first I am taking one variable. What is the variable I am taking? Location. Location value as, first I am initializing as -1. Now I am writing for loop. For I is equal to 0 to n minus 1. What is the size of an array? 5. 5 minus 1, 4. Right? Already we have taken here, right? What is the array size? 5. 5 minus 1, 4. Right? Yes. Now let me check how it will execute. Now we want to search an element. What is the element we have to search? Already we have taken here. Which element I have to search? It is to search 3. Right? Then how it is happening? Now I am writing for I is equal to 0 to n minus 1. Then what does it mean? It mean you are writing one for loop. How you are writing for loop? For I is equal to, yes, so now I am writing this for loop for your understanding purpose. For I is equal to 0, I less than n and I plus plus. Okay, we have to write like this. Let me take and I will explain side by side. It is better. According to this algorithm we are explaining. Okay, according to this algorithm we are explaining a sample program, right? So first I am taking the location value as -1. Let me take, I am taking location value is equal to -1. Okay, now I am writing the for loop for I is equal to 0 to n minus 1. So I am taking the size of an element is a 5 and I have stored 5 elements. In this I want to search an element is a 3, right? So for this we are writing for loop as a for I is equal to 0, I less than n. What is the size of n? 5, right? So condition is true. If the condition is true, I am writing one condition. What is that condition? If element equal to a of I. Please observe here. What is the condition I am writing? If, what is the element? Element equal to a of I. So I am taking a, right? So I am taking it as a capital A of I. If this condition is satisfied, for example, what is the element we have to search? What is the I value initially? Please observe, when I is equal to 0, now element we want to search is a 3. Already we have given LE, right? So now I am giving this condition. If 3 equal to a of 0, what is a of 0 value? 1. Whether 3 equal to 1? No, false, right? If it is a false, it will skip. If it is a false, it will skip and it will come I incrementation. Now I become 1. So if I become 1, I is equal to 1, then once again I am checking this condition. If element equal to a of 1, so what is the value in a of 1? 2. Whether 3 equal to 2? Condition false. If the condition false, it will skip, right? Then once again it will comes for your I incrementation. Now what is the value of I? It is 2. 2 less than 5. Condition true. If condition is true, okay, when it is I is equal to 2, please observe here, if I is equal to 2, 2 less than n, condition 2 less than 5, condition true. If condition is true, it will execute this, right? If element, what is the searching element? 3. 3 equal to a of 2. What is the a of 2 value? 3. 3 equal to 3. Condition is true. If the condition is true, what I am doing here? Location value is 5. Location value is I. So in location value, -1 becomes 2, 2. Got it? I value is 2, right? So location becomes 2. Then what it am doing? Go to step 6. In the step 6, it will come here and it will check location greater than or equal to 0. 6 greater than or equal to 0. Condition is true. Then it prints element found in location. So what is the searching element? 3. It is displaying 3 is found in location 2. Got it? 2 plus 1, location plus 1 actually. Okay, location plus 1 means what is the location? 2. 2 plus 1 means third location. Got it? So likewise we are displaying. Okay, so this is about your linear search. For example, if I want to search an element which is not present in an array, okay, now I want to search 6, whether 6 is present, no, it will compare like this only. 1 equal to 6, no. 2 equal to 6, no. 3 equal to 6, no. 4 equal to 6, no. 5 equal to 6, no. Then element is not found, right? If the element is not found, automatically location is value is assigned only -1, -1 greater than 0. When the condition is true, false, it will come to the else block and print element is not found. Okay, in step 1 you are assigning location value as -1, and in step 2 you are directly writing one for loop for I is equal to 0 to n-1. Then it has to do in step 3, it checks if element equal to a of I, then location equal to I, and go to step 6. If it is not found, it has to come to the go to step 6. Okay, afterwards it will comes to the step 5, go to step 6. It comes here the step 6, it is the end of if and end of for loop in the step 5. After the step 6, it will check one more for loop. If condition in location greater than 0, then element is found in step 7. Else the location is not found, not greater than 0, element is not found. Here in step 9 it is end if, and here it is exist. Okay, so for writing this one sample program, let us understand a sample program. So what is the sample program you are writing? It is very important. So let me write one sample program, and I will use this notepad. Okay, notepad, and let me check linear search program. Okay, so if we do practically, you came to know what it is exactly happening. Hash include stdio.h, hash include onio.h, and void main. Next we have to declare the required variable. Now I am declaring the variable int a of 10. I can store only 10 elements, and I comma n, right? And CLRSS here, it is one dimensional array, hence I am taking only one. And another variable is required, right? That is location, correct? Yes, I am defining location. Location is equal to -1. I am assigning -1. Got it? Yes. Next I am writing printf, enter the size of an array /n, and scanf, we have to enter the size of an array, right? So for that, %d ampersand n, you can give an element to store, right? To store that value, we have to write one for loop for I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So this for loop is to read and store. What is the purpose of this for loop? This for loop is read and store values in a matrix, in A. Okay, that's all, right? To read and values, we have to write scanf, that is %d ampersand a of I. Okay, afterwards we are closing the for loop. So what is the main purpose of this for loop? To read and store. Now we want to process, right? Correct. Here one more variable is required. Which variable? Searching element, right? I'm giving element only, right? Now I'm writing one output statement, printf enter searching element. So we have to enter searching element. For that, we have to give in scanf %d comma ampersand element, right? Yes, right. So next we are writing for I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. If this condition is met, you have to write one if condition. If LE equal to A of I, then what you are doing, you are displaying printf element is found at location %d location. Okay, double quotation, that is element %d. What is our element? Element %d is found at %d location, that is LE comma location plus 1, right? Got it? Okay, if the condition is not met, else you have to write the same not found. I'm copying and I'm pasting element %d is not found. Okay, remove these values and remove this value, right? So next it is you are closing here, and that's it. Got it? Okay, that's it. Then not required any more information. Get ch and closing. Right, now let me save this file. While saving Turbo C3 linear, it is linear, right? .c I have saved and I'm minimizing. Right, I'm opening my editor and starting Turbo C++. I'm opening my file. What is our file? Linear.c. So fi, you compile and run. It is asking for the size. I'm giving the 5. Now I want to enter 1 2 3 4 5. Enter the searching element. It is asking. Now I want to give 6. Whether 6 is exist in my list? No, right? If I click here, element 6 is not found. Every time it is giving element 6 is not found, right? Why it is giving the same thing? So that is why we are not supposed to write this statement. Okay, if element is equal to a of I, then it is not supposed to print here. That is why we have to take this logic. Okay, it is become location is equal to I, and we have to make this value. Okay, so in logic what we have to supposed to do is observe here. If here we want to make, I'm cutting this information, edit, cut, I'm pasting here and I'm writing one more if condition. If element greater than or equal to 0 bracket close, I have to print this logic. Got it? So if element greater than element equal to a of I, then location is equal to I. That's it. Got it? Here, yes. If once the condition is found, it will come here. If element greater than or equal to, sorry, location here, not a element, it is location. Location is greater than or equal to 0, then element %d is found in, right? Now save it and compile it and run it. If you run, it will ask for the size. Now we have to enter. You can enter any number, 99, 77, 55, 66, 77, right? And 1 2. Yes, it is asking for the searching element. I am searching 98. Whether 98 is exist in our run? No. So it will give element 98 is not found. Why? It is not in the list. Got it? So it will work according to this linear search. This is the algorithm for your linear search. Hope you understand this concept, right? Yes, got it, this linear search. So but it compares every time with every individual element, so that is the main drawback, hence it will consume a lot of time. So here an example is given. Please observe here, you have stored 5 elements and you are comparing like this. Okay, in f0, f1, f2, f3, f4 you have said done, and you are searching the element. As we know, it is in f3, right? While searching, it will check for f0, right? Whether say 17 is equal to 12, it comparing 17 equal to 12, no. So I become 0. When I is 0, location is -1. Next, when I is 1, you are coming here, f1 is 23, whether 17 equal to 23, no. Then automatically location is -1 only, and I become increment. Now I become incremented means f2, now its value is 9, and comparing these 9 with 17, 17 equal to 9, no, it will false, right? Hence it will increment the I value. In the I value it becomes 3. Now 3, it consists of 17, it compares 17 equal to 17, condition is true, location becomes 3. Got it? Yes, clear? Yes, likewise it will find the element in your arrays. Okay, this kind of searching is very important. And here we have seen one more element, which is not in your array. Okay, which is not in your array. Got it? So that is your algorithm for linear search. And now we are learning the concept of binary search. These programs will be asked. Okay, please observe, these kinds of programs will ask. Already this program in your lab program, so you have to give more attention for your lab program also. This will be asked for 5 marks. Please verify your 18 and 19 question paper. In 18 and 19 question paper it is there. Okay, yes, so you have to write this program. Okay, yes. Now we will come to the binary search. The one of the finest search is your binary search. The main disadvantages of linear search is time taken to decide, means it is a time consuming, hence the element is being present can be made after comparison of n elements. So it will the main drawback of linear search is it is a time consuming. To overcome this linear search, we have to move binary search. Okay, so let us see some of the steps to follow while constructing binary search. Note the position of first and last element of the array. In binary search, you have to search an element which the element must be in a sorted order. Okay, in binary element, binary search, element must be present or may not be present, may be present or may not be present. If the element is present, means the first element list must be in sorted manner. Sorted manner means it may be either in ascending order or descending order. Okay, so that you must be note. Find the position of the middle element of the array. In binary search, we have to identify the middle element of an array. Compare the element in the middle position with the search element. So we have to compare the starting element, sorry, first we have to identify the first element and last element, and also we have to identify the middle element. With this middle element, you have to search your appropriate element. If the middle element is present, the value is present within the middle range, then it will be present, then it will be fine, then fine. If it is not fine, it may be either increase or it may be either decrease. Okay, that is the point here he is suggesting. One of the following action may be performed after the comparison. If the search element is the same as middle element, then note its position. If you are searching element and whatever the middle element is present in the array list, then if it is the same, you have to note the position, location value. Okay, otherwise if it is a middle value is not same as a searching element, then what happens? Otherwise, if the search element is less than the element in the middle position, if the element is less than the middle position, then continue the search the left portion of the middle element. what we have to supposed to do? If your searching element is less than the middle element, then you have to search left side. If it is greater than the middle element, then you have to search in right side. Got it? Clear? First you are comparing with middle. If it is a find in the middle, no problem. If it is not find, then you have to check whether the searching element is less than middle element. You have to search from middle to left. If it is greater than the middle element, you have to search from middle to right. Got it? So that will be possible. For understanding this,